We're just 18 kilometers from the city of Budapest here in Hungary, where today's Formula 2 race is about to start. Hold on to your hats, this should be something special. The Hungaroring is located 12 miles northeast of the capital, Budapest. It's 2.7 miles long, featuring 14 corners, and it's got a reputation for making overtaking difficult. Nevertheless, there's a history of some truly exceptional races here. Let's hope that our Formula 2 drivers can serve up some more of that today. Joining me for all today's excitement, a man who is no stranger to this challenging circuit, Davide Valsecchi. Davide, Hungaroring can be a tricky beast to master. What insight can you give us about today's race?
Ciao Alex, as you say, the circuit can be challenging. There's a lot of slow corner which can make overtaking very frustrating. This will be a good test of this young driver's patience. Waiting for the perfect moment to make an attack will be the key to moving up through the field today.
Let's take a look at the grid positions for today's race. A fantastic effort from Robert Schwartzman yesterday puts him on pole position, with Jehan Daruvala alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Armstrong, Alesi, Mick Schumacher, Andragovic, Sonoda, Ilott, Lundgaard, Pedro Piquet, Sato, Matsushita, Artem Markelov, and Delatraz, Aitken, Joe, Nissany, and Daniel Ticktum, Giotta, and Nikita Mazepin, Samaya, and Sean Gelael completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Once again, no encouraging words from Jeff, but that's okay. I kind of deserve it this time around. Welcome back, everybody, to the FIA Formula 2 Championship. I'm Mikey McBlam, and driving as the number 10, Guilherme Samaya for Campos Racing. It is the road to getting good here at Hungaroring. We are here in Budapest for the Hungary Grand Prix, or Hungarian Grand Prix. However, that race pronunciation goes and spelling. So all the things are going wrong here. So we're here at Hungary. Starting on the mediums, which is better than we had at the previous race. But before I get into all of that, this is the road to getting good. If you are new to this series, we suck. We are a NASCAR head stock car driver trying to figure out how to drive a Formula 2 car on a racing wheel, and I am just really, really bad. However, I will say that the past few races we've been starting to pick things up a little bit, but it looks like we are slowly but surely going back to the norm. As we see, we're starting here, P21, going to be outside going into turn number 1, not quite ideal, which means the dive bomb won't be able to help us out a whole lot, but we have a chicane here that just absolutely eats my lunch every single time. I am super fast up until I get to that portion of the racetrack, and then I just lose all the time. So, but yeah, we qualified on the softs. I'm going to be running this race on the medium. I'm running the preset 2, by the way. I usually run preset 2 for these races now, and that's been helping quite a bit, you know, with cornering, etc., etc. But I don't know what to expect here. From what I understand, it's really hard to pass. It's really hard to make some moves. I'm hoping that I can run a clean race here, but I tell you what, if we get up to Mick Schumacher, gloves are off. I've been having problems with that man, but I mean, he's way up there. He's way up there. Not a good look for Campos Racing. We're both kind of starting towards the back here, but we got, I don't know how many laps. It's still a 25% race. Likely not going to be any pit stops unless the rain comes, and I'm not sure what the rain is going to look like. Yeah, it just says cloudy. Cloudy and dry is the thing. Like, we may get some rain, may not get some rain, don't know. But like I said, we're running preset 2 on the mediums. We're going to see what we could do starting from P21. Hopefully, we can work our way up there, get some points, and get into that all-important P8, but I'm tempering my expectations here. This may be another midfield scrap, and if it is, then so be it. I just hope it's entertaining and fun to watch for you guys, and I can learn a lot going through this particular racetrack. I say, I've been hearing it's very difficult. The commentators say it's very difficult, so we're just going to have to see what we can do here. We're just going to have to see what we can do. Anyway, let's get to the feature race here at Budapest. Post-commentary, Mikey, go ahead and take it away. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the last of points challenge is about to get underway here at Hungary. Lights out, and round 8 of the F2 Championship is underway. Not the best of starts there, as we kind of got left in the dust, but no surprise there. Everyone's fanning out, trying to jockey for position as we all kind of come together, wadding it up into turn number 1. Advantage to Mazepin, who made a big dive bomb move on the inside. He gets into P17. Robert Schwartzman takes over the lead as we're trying to get to the inside of Guan Yu Zhou. We do make the pass on him. Giotto follows us through. Now Mazepin and Nissany are going to battle side by side in front of us. Are we going to try to make the move 3 wide inside of Nissany? We're banging tires off the turn and we make the pass. Oh, still getting a little bit of pressure from Nikita Mazepin as we go into the chicane, which has been the bane of our existence here in practice and in qualifying. Mazepin kind of got into us a little bit coming off of that particular out of that chicane there. I don't know if that gave him a warning. He shouldn't get a warning for that, but I mean, it was just, you know, it's just racing. But I don't know how strict the stewards are going to be here at Hungaroring. Oh boy, got to be a little bit careful as we go around this turn here. And this is what I think they were talking about with so much. Robert Schwartzman, fastest lap of the race, but he's also leading. And he has pulled quite a bit of gap on second place. My gosh, he is kind of gone. We're sitting comfortably in P16 right now. Going to see if we can catch up to Nobuharu Matsushita. The points leader is back here. So it's not going to be a good points day for him unless he can work his way up to the front. He doesn't have many laps to do it around here. So we're on lap 2 of 9. Currently now he's being held up by Delatraz. We're starting to pull a little bit of gap on Mazepin, but not too terrible of one. Yeah, a lot of just soft corners, which this is where I understand where they said like the overtaking is going to be pretty hard. Oh, there's this hairpin, not hairpin, but chicane once again. That chicane has just been eating my lunch all day long. I just cannot figure out that chicane. But it'll just come with experience. Eventually I'll get it. Eventually I'll get it down, but it's right now it's just been the bane of our existence. Very frustrating trying to get through there. Trying to get the power down out the corner. When to get the power down so that we don't have any type of understeer. Yeah. Okay, right here with Matsushita right now. Ooh, don't turn into the pit road wall, which I almost did. Almost did. That's okay. I haven't done it yet, but I feel like it's coming at some point. At some point. If not in this season, it'll be in the next season. That's for sure. There's our teammate Jack Aiken up there at P13. Hopefully he can get some more spots. Maybe help us out in the standings a little bit. The team standings. We're currently sitting, I believe we're sitting 4th. After the sprint race not last week, but a couple of weeks ago. See, I'm trying to be as patient as I can with Matsushita. I really don't want to mess him up because he is the points leader. So I really, really don't want to mess him up, and I really don't want to mess up on those curbs. Those curbs are really, really tough on you. Those curbs are... Whoa, okay, that's even tougher. That's even tougher. We almost lost it coming out of the hairpin. I'm going to continue to call that a hairpin. It's not a hairpin. The chicane. We almost lost it there. This is a track that's probably really, really good in the F1 cars, but not so much in the F2 vehicles. So I'm trying to, as you see here, I'm trying to like get the back end kicked out a little bit to try to get me a little bit more turn. But I believe a lot of that's going to have to be a problem you know, unless I go to, you know, manual gears. And I'm not going to manual gears unless I know the racetrack. And that's just, you know, that's not going to be a thing. I've tried it, but if I don't know the racetrack, I start paying attention more to the gear changes than I do to actually racing on the racetrack. And that's just not going to be good. So, not that I haven't tried it. I have tried manual gears. I just need some time to learn the racetracks. And once I learn the racetracks, I think I'll be fine to add another level of difficulty, but also get faster. Because you can pick up like a couple of seconds just through manual gears. So, but you got to know the racetrack. You got to know the racetrack. So Jeff earlier was letting us know about our teammate, saying he was about 2 seconds up the road, and that's fine. I mean, I did see him. He's right there. Oh boy. As we get through that chicane. Like I said, that's just the bane of our existence right now, man. We're not doing too terrible here. Like I said, we were going to be going back to business as usual, running around this particular position. Like I said, from anywhere from like 13th to 18th is typically where we are. You know, we're about a mid-pack level of talent right now on 75 difficulty, which is, I mean, you know, if it was all 110, we'd be dead last, 5 laps down by now. But anyway, Robert Schwartzman regains the fastest lap of the race. I don't remember who he lost that to, but he regains it. Oh man, really wide off the final turn there. That cost us a lot of time. Here comes Mazepin looking to the inside. Believe he might have the advantage going into turn number 1. Jeff's telling us to fight back. Here we go, side by side. Who's going to get it? We managed to fend him off for right now, but I don't know how long that's going to last. We still have 5 laps to go in this Grand Prix. That bought us a little bit of time there. Mazepin didn't lose a spot, so I feel a little bit better about that. But yeah, I kept him pinned. I made sure I kept him pinned, but not in a way like that was. I was trying not to turn in on him. But I did definitely keep him pinned. Alright, try to get through this chicane a little bit better that time. Okay, just a little bit better. But yes, so many of these wide sweeping corners that usually I'm fine with, but there's a lot of throttle control that goes in here into these, into these particular racetracks when you got these wide sweeping corners. A lot more throttle control than you think. Like you think you'll be able to kind of hold it at a particular, at a particular level, but it doesn't always go that way because, especially like I think also with the automatic gearing, it doesn't drop down to the gear that it should, so you get that understeer. And that causes problems. We're going to have to go real defensive on Mazepin here. He's going to look to the outside. We're going to give him a little bit of a squeeze as we go into turn number 1. It's a little bit wide, but that's okay. We've defended our position once again. And we have lost a lot of time. Oh, we went so wide there. We went so wide. Somehow we didn't lose that much time. Actually, I feel like we gained time. Did I figure something out? Did I break the game? Did I break the game? I feel, look at that, purple sector. I feel like I might have broke the game just then. I went so wide through that corner. I'm like, there is no way. There is no way. Like, I thought I was pretty much done as we go through the chicane once again and pretty much lose all that time that we just gained. But at least we're not on the hards. We're not on the hards. We practiced on the mediums. And so it didn't feel as bad. At least we're not on the hards, which is what I prefer. Oh, it looks like we had a little bit of a stack up back there. Mazepin looks like he fell way back. Oh, but we go wide once again. You're starting to lose a little bit of grip in these mediums now. But we're okay. We're okay. Just try to be as smooth as possible, but yeah, I feel like I need to be in second gear coming up through that particular turn. feel like I need to be in second for that particular one. Purple third sector. Didn't get the fastest lap of the race, but we're moving. We're moving. I'm not mad at this. We're moving. But not as much as Robert Schwartzman is moving, man. He is just on a tear. So it's basically Robert Schwartzman and then everyone else. And then there's me. Well, there's Matsushita and Delatraz, who are fighting for a position. Then there's me, who's trying to hold on, and we're sideways off the turn. We get into the gravel, and we take out Mazepin. Big crash!
These stewards have given you a 3-second time penalty for contact with other cars. That's 3
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's just awful. That's just awful. What a crash, man. What a crash. Like, that, I did not see that coming, but that was my fault. I got on the curb. As you see here, yeah, we just, coming around the corner, just got on the curb, and that took the car around. I overcorrected, which is not something I usually do, but I overcorrected. That got me into the gravel up top, and Mazepin had nowhere to go. Like, I was just spinning out coming off of the gravel, and he had nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. And that really messed up his race because Mazepin, of all people, was not doing terrible. And that's just frustrating. He just had nowhere to go. He had nowhere to go. We got a 3-second penalty because of that. But we're pretty much running last right now, and we're probably going to finish this race in last place. So that's disappointing. That's disappointing, man. I was like, it's just one mistake. One mistake. Like, we haven't been great here. I will admit that. I mean, I'm fully aware of that, but we haven't been great. But this one mistake, just get on that curb a little bit too much. And I've been saying that pretty much every race. It's like, man, you get on those curbs too much. You know, it's fine. You can use them, but if you get on them too much and try to get on the gas too much, it's just you're going along for a ride. You're going along for a ride, and that was the ride. That was the ride. Usually that only happens in practice, and you guys never see that. Usually that only happens in practice, and I kind of learn where my limit is. But yeah, I didn't do well at all there, so unfortunate, man. Like I said, it's brutal. Formula racing is brutal. No caution to come out, no lucky dog, nothing to help you catch up. You just got to try to make do with what you got. So it's unfortunate, but it's all a learning experience. It's all a learning experience. So we're coming down to one lap to go. And we're probably, I mean, we are definitely relegated to last place, especially when we came off of, and you didn't see this because I was showing the replay, but we came off of that particular turn, and we couldn't get through the bus stop, my gosh, the chicane. We couldn't get through there very well, so we had to slow down even more because I didn't want to get another time penalty on top of that. But even if we were to catch up to Mazepin, Galil, even if we were to catch up to them, we're still going to have that 3-second penalty to worry about. So it's just, it's unfortunate, you know, it's unfortunate. But this, like I said, it's all a learning experience. It's all a learning experience. I'm not saying this won't happen again. I'm not saying it won't happen several more times, you know, because that's just, like I said, that's just the nature of it. You gotta be on your P's and Q's, and if you don't know what you're doing, it can get really rough. But Robert Schwartzman, with an absolute dominating performance here at the Hungaroring, he wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Pretty much no pressure from behind there. We're going to get there. Just give us a little bit. We're going to get there in just a few seconds. Just give us a little bit. We'll be there. But yeah, Robert Schwartzman, then there's the rest of the field. Matsushita looks like he lost quite some points today. So it's going to be interesting to see what the point standings are going to be looking like, but we're going to finish the race P last. It's a disappointing P last, but it happens. It happens. Driver of the day is going to be Artem Markelov is the driver of the day.
So another excellent win from Prema. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
I think they kept a cool head. That's why they won today. Smooth, steady, everything bad that happened to them, they handled it calmly and professionally. That's what let them focus on getting the best out of everything else. The car, the strategy, they managed to keep out of trouble the whole way around.
As we look back on a thrilling race here today, we can now see the drivers take their places on the podium. It's a familiar sight by now, as it's another successful F2 win for Prema. And now, let's take a look at the driver's stats. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Artem Markelov. You know, it was just the kind of drive you would expect from a driver of his caliber.
And now a look at the team standings. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. Meanwhile, Prema have improved their position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way to the top. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Well. I knew it was coming at some point. It is not the first time. Again, not the first time. Usually I just, eat absolute dirt in practice. And just only sometimes, during the race. But, I mean, like, we had a good run going too many times, and I knew we were like, okay, it's midfield. This was what looks like you were doing, but man, we just we ran out of all the talent and got too much on one of the. You get too much on those curbs, and away the car goes, and just away it goes. And it was just, I tried everything I possibly could to save it, but it is what it is. And once we got the time penalty, I just kind of didn't care all that much anymore. I was like, well, might as well just, sit on back here. Plus, it takes a while for, for it to kick in reverse, which it is what it is. But anyway, Robert Schwartzman for Prema Racing wins the Grand Prix here at Budapest, and followed by Jahan Deruvala, Marcus Armstrong. Yeah, Marcus Armstrong. I was right. I almost said. I was thinking it was supposed to be Mark, but no, it's Marcus Armstrong round out the podium. Mick Schumacher wasn't too far behind. He'll pull up a solid 4th place finish, followed by Alesi, Ayla, Drogovic, Sonoda, and Lundgaard, and Markelov will round out the points finishers. Jack Aiken moved up a few spots. He moved up a few spots, only 2. But like I said, it is pretty tough to to pass here. So I get that. I do get that. But it only moves up 2 spots, and we finished last place behind Mazepin. And I'm such a disappointment. I'm such a disappointment. But anyway, let's check out the standings. I heard them mention something about like how the standings actually I can't speak today. How the standings actually turned out. But Matsushita's still in the lead. 6 points over Dan Ticktum. That has not changed. Jahan Deruvala and Colin Milot and Jack Aiken, top 5 really haven't changed hands all that much. Yeah, they really haven't changed hands. So I guess the biggest thing was Robert Schwartzman moving up to 6, Pedro Piquet moving down to 7th, and looks like Artem Markelov and Sato also moved down. We probably moved down some as well, I would think. Yeah, we moved down to P17 in the point standings. Let's check out the team standings. Down to 5th. We're steadily losing positions. None of us got points today. It was not a good race for either of us, especially me. But we're going to see what we can do in the sprint race. Maybe we can make something work there. I'm assuming we're going to be starting on the softs, which handle a whole lot better. If it rains, oh boy, we are in serious trouble. But we'll have to see what we do. So let's go ahead and jump into the sprint race.
And here we are, back after yesterday's exciting feature race for today's sprint. The top 8 from yesterday have been reversed for the grid down below, and we're almost ready to start. I'm Alex Jakes, and joining me here today, the legendary GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. Great to have you back once again, Davide. I'm seeing a lot of ponchos and umbrellas out there today. Do you think the rain will have a big impact on the race?
It's fantastic to be back, Alex. I'm just glad we are warm and dry in the commentary box. Rain can completely change the outcome of a race. Those drivers who couldn't hit the pace in qualifying yesterday now have a real chance to surprise us. Anything could happen out there. And I think we are in for a real treat.
A real treat, huh? That's what you think, Davide? Is that what you think? Anyway, so I took a little bit of a break, took a little bit of a breather. Usually I do these races back to back, but I took a little bit of a breather this time. Hopefully I didn't ice myself. But yeah, we are in the very wet conditions here at Hungarian, and I am not sure how this is going to go at all. It's been a little bit since we've had some rain. Haven't had some heavy rain since Monaco. So yeah, we had on a track where it was really hard to pass to now another track where it's supposedly really hard to pass. I don't think it's that hard, but yeah, we're very wet conditions on the full wet tires. 5 laps around here at Hungarian, and I don't know how this is going to go down. It's been a little while. You guys know that I don't do well in the wet at all. So I don't know. Look, man. Post your affirmations down in the comments below. Cross your fingers, say a prayer, light a candle, do all the things. Because woof. Oh boy, here we go. Post commentary, Mikey. Have fun. Just have fun. Believe me when I say I take no pleasure in commentating the potential disaster that's probably going to happen here in Hungary in the wet, but it's lights out and the sprint race is underway. Not the greatest of starts here in the wet. I can't see a thing. I cannot see an absolute thing. We're going to have to be a little bit careful going into turn 1, if we can even see turn 1. Okay, we start to have a little bit of vision right now, so everyone's pretty much stacking up. We got around Giotto. Giotto's going to try to make a move on the outside. We're going to go into the particular turn. Oh, Guan Yu Zhou bobbled. Oh, he tried to turn back down on us. He spins through the turn. Caution is out in the sector. We take over P18. Everyone's stacked up. Oh man, I did not want to do that to him. But he bobbled in that particular turn, and our nose was there. And I understand he tried to come back down. To protect that spot, and oh, we just blew that corner there. We blew that chicane. Okay, we had to slow down. Give us so we don't get a penalty for corner cutting there. I went ahead and slowed down. Give that time gain back. That also allows Giotto and Galile to catch back up to us. Yeah, I didn't want to spin him out there. I didn't want to spin him out, but when he came down across our nose and pretty much turned himself into the wall, I had to finish him off. Like that's, and I understand that's probably more of a stock car, mentality. Is like when they turn across your nose like that, is you just have to finish them off, And I didn't want to get P18 like that by no means. Yuki Tsunoda with the fastest lap of the race, currently leading the race, by the way. But he does not obviously have the same big lead that Schwartzman had in the feature race. Yeah, I didn't want to spin him out like that. I did not want to do that. Like I said, he had that little bobble, and I get it. He was trying to come back down to protect, and we just came together. We just came together. I probably should have backed out a little bit more there once I saw him bobble, but it's, oh man, really sideways getting into that turn that time. So that's probably what happened to I forgot his name already. That's probably what happened to Guan Yu Zhou. So you saw me start to step out there. So he probably tried to catch the race car. And then, you know, like I said, I was there. I was just kind of there, and I didn't want to do that. I like Guan Yu Zhou. He's become one of my favorites here in the F2 series. So I didn't want to do that to him. But it is one of those things, like, you just gotta, once that happens, you have to. Understand, like, okay, not in Formula World, but I don't know. I don't know what I realistically could have done there. I probably could have just restarted the race, to be honest. Probably could have restarted there, but, you know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but we're about 3 seconds off of Dan Ticknam right now. Oh my gosh, we overdrove that corner. We just had no grip. Luca Giotto is going to get around us. We're trying right on the butt of Giotto. Going to try not to spin him. We're starting to lose a little bit of grip. Oh, but we got a good run coming out of the final turn. Oh, but he had an even better run. He's able to put the power down a whole lot better than we can. 5/10 a lap that the Goliath is catching up to us. Oh, he's really parking the bus here. He's really parking the bus. He's using my tactic. This is my tactic, Giotto. You can't do that to me. Oh, here comes Goliath looking to the inside. I tried to outbrake him. Can I break the game once again? Ooh, don't get in the grass. Don't get in the grass. I kind of did. Kind of didn't. Goliath stayed right there with me this time, and he's looking again to the inside. But, yeah. Starting to feel a little bit more confident here in the rain. Starting to feel a little bit more confident in the tires. But I just have to be careful, especially under braking, because you can have so much oversteer, and, you know, you can also have the understeer portion of it, which I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Guan Yu Zhou. It happened to me on the very next lap. So, it's just things you got to be careful about. But, sitting P19 right now. I'm not sure where our teammate is. He's probably up there. Looks like he is about 13th. Looks like he's about 13th and not 100%. Checking out the track map right there. That's where it looks like he might be. Alright, easy. Don't get on these curbs. Yuki Tsunoda, fastest lap of the race. Oh, immediately taken over by Felipe Drugovich. He's now got the fastest lap of the race. Drugovich, I believe, is also in this points battle.
We're trailing our teammate by 8.5 seconds.
8.5 seconds to our teammate. Yeah, we're not catching him. Especially not in the rain. Especially not in the rain. So the best thing I can do here is just hope that I can hold on to P19. Not drop back any more spots. I'm not dropping off of Giotto like I thought that I would. And yes, this is by design what I'm doing right here. I'm trying to do that whole game-breaking thing that I did earlier. But it doesn't seem to be working here in the wet, so... Because what would happen is, like, I would overdrive that hard... not hard, but that soft right-hander there. I would overdrive it and kind of take it like like it was a hard right-hander. And that's what I did in the feature race, and it actually gained me time, but it doesn't seem to be working here in the wet, so... But I have been told... Oh my goodness, okay, gotta give that time back. Allowed Jalal to get back alongside of us, but He was not able to make the move. Because we're kind of sliding. Our back end is just sliding all over the place right now. But we don't have many laps to go. We just have to survive until the end. We just gotta survive until the end. Looks like they got a little bit of a stack up and we've gained some time on them. Galil and Mazepin currently fighting for position. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit more confident in the tires right now. 2 seconds. And he also hit a purple sector, so notice that, yeah. So that confidence is starting to come in just a little bit here. But I still have to not get too overly confident, because we can mess it up just as quick as we can, you know, start to gain time or whatever. We're not gaining any time on Giotto, but we're definitely pulling a little bit on the Mazepin and Galil back there. Yeah, 1.8 back to them. Gonna slow it down for this particular section here. Soft right-hander. And I think I was calling that other one a right-hander too, it's a left-hander. Because, you know me, I can't tell my right from my left. That's kind of like a running joke that I have with myself here, but lost some time in that chicane, which is no surprise there. Lost, got on the grass a little bit. Easy. Yeah. They've pretty much within a second right now, but I don't think they've got anything for us. Feels like the wet started to come in just a little bit too late for us, and we started to gain that confidence just a bit too late. But it looks like, coming off the final turn, it's going to be Yuki Tsunoda, who logs the fastest lap of the race as well as wins the sprint race here at Hungaroring. And we're just, we're getting there. We're going to get there eventually. We're going to bring it home P19. Oof. It was a tough one. It was a tough one. Definitely a tough one. And the driver of the day is... Yeah, I don't think so, but I appreciate it.
So another fantastic victory for Carlin today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
Simply, they are just a better driver in the way. Here in Formula 2 we know the cars are the same, so it's not down to machinery. They can just handle the weather better than everyone else. Meaning they can have the throttle open longer, they can push more, brake later, and are able to handle it all. They make it look like they have a much faster car, but it's a pure skill behind the wheel. Really incredible driving.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raced some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Challenge. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Difficult call, but I say Yuki Tsunoda. He was committed the entire race, and it's paid off with the result.
On to the teams then. It was a tough race for our championship leaders, who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from ART this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
Well, that was a thing. That was a thing. Let's go ahead and go through the race results. Yuki Tsunoda wins here at the Hungaroring in the wet. Felipe Drugovich and Callum Ilott will round out the podiums. Callum Ilott gained some much needed points here because he's sitting third in the standings. Well, he was after the feature race anyway. But Callum Ilott finishes on the podium, followed by Mick Schumacher, our apparent nemesis. But Giuliano Alesi, Marcus Armstrong, Daruvula, and Robert Schwartzman will round out the points for the race. And then we have Jack Aiken, finished 12th, and Nobuharu Matsushita, the points leader, did not gain any points in this race. He was only 6 points up, so we're just going to see what that looks like here in just a little bit. We finished 19th, not last, and Guan Yu Zhou does finish in last place. Sorry about that, Guan Yu. Anyway, let's look at the standings. Well, Nobuharu Matsushita still has the points lead over Dan Ticktum by 6 points. Jahan Daruvula, Callum Ilott is in third? Fourth? I guess I missed like what the gap was between Daruvula and Ilott, so that might have been the thing there. But Jack Aiken sitting solidly in the tie. Actually, it's saying like none of them moved, but I'm pretty sure Callum Ilott was in third, but I might be wrong. I'm probably very, very wrong. It's saying none of them moved, so they're okay. Robert Schwartzman moves up to 6th. Mick Schumacher moved up a spot. Sonoda definitely moved up some spots. We are probably falling back. Yeah, we've fallen back to 17th. We are pretty much racing with Giotto Alesi and yeah, maybe Sato. You know, Sato, Armstrong. Like, we're pretty much racing along with those guys, as well as Mazepin, Guan Yu Zhou, Delatrez, and these guys. These are like kind of the back markers. I don't know why Guan Yu Zhou's back here, but I feel like he's better than what the game is making him out to be. But yeah, we're pretty much racing those guys. Check out the team standings. We're falling back again. Well, did we? Yeah. So we were third, fell back to fourth, fell back to fifth, and now we're sixth. So yeah, not a good consistency from the team. But this was a tough track. But more on that later. Let me go ahead and get the replay, and we'll talk about it. Alright guys, so the Hungarian GP F2 style is done. It is in the books. It is out of our way. Man, what it was just it was a thing. It was a thing. Definitely one of the harder racetracks that I've been on, but the rain is just one of the rain is one of those situations where I always feel like I need to back off a whole lot because I just can't see. That's my biggest thing. Like, I can't see, and if I can't see like around a track that I don't know, that's just gonna, that just adds on to the to the issues that I have. But we did start to develop a bit more confidence going as the race went on. We did start to develop a little bit more confidence as the race went on, started to get a little bit faster here and there. Actually, I think we actually did hit a purple sector at one point. But yeah, it was getting better as the race went on, and I'm pretty sure if like the race went on just a little bit longer, I probably would have been able to do even better. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, like I said, the thing with the rain is like I can't see. If I don't know the racetrack, it's gonna be just like that much more difficult for me to try to navigate around there. And I don't know Hungary like that, just like I didn't know Britain. I didn't know those tracks. Like, I don't know those tracks. If I know the track, it's not as awful. But when I don't know it and not being able to see heavy rain, that's that's just a recipe for disaster. But we hit a little bit of a bump in the road on the on the road to getting good today. Would have had probably a decent mid-pack finish, like maybe like 15th or 16th. Looks like we were lining up to finish 16th. Like I said, hit that curb, and it was just all, you know, I'd hit it the wrong way, and it was just all she wrote. Remember how I kept saying, like, you get on the gas too hard on those curbs, which is why I always, like, if I hit them, I usually back off. But you hit them just the right way, and you just go for a ride, man. You just go for an absolute ride, and you finally get to see that. You finally get to see that, because, like, it's been happening in practice a lot. It's happened in practice quite a bit, but not in the race to that particular degree. Usually it's me getting, you know, touching the grass and then I spin out, but no, this time it was the legitimate curb, and like I said, got on it too much, and that was all she wrote, and went from a 16th place finish to a last place finish. And you know, that's the nature of Formula racing, man. It's brutal, it's cruel. You don't get no yellow flags to bring it back up or whatever, even though I'm pretty sure that was just a terrible crash with myself and Mazepin. But my bad, Mazepin, my bad, and my bad, Guan Yu Zhou. But we got Belgium, the Belgium Grand Prix at Spa, as I like to call it, Spa for champs. But we got Spa coming up, so I have no idea how that's going to go. Never raced at Spa, but I have seen so many races at Spa. You know, like whether that be this game, whether that be whether that be, I mean, I have just seen Spa over and over, like iRacing, what other, any type of like simulation racing game that's really come out. It's like Spa seems to be the place to go, you know. So I've seen it. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be able to drive it, you know, but I've seen it. So hopefully we may be able to do something. At least, like I said, I just kind of want to run mid-pack right now, because I feel like that's where my talent level is around mid-pack. So, like I said, when anywhere from like 13th to like 18th, that's kind of like my little window where I usually run. Sometimes I can pull something out of my butt and make something work, like I did in the previous race at Britain, but that's not the norm. You know what I'm saying? That's not the norm. It's usually like one of those tracks where I'm just like, it's usually one of those situations I just don't finish well. Like, I feel like my talent level is around the mid pack. And if I do better, great. If I do worse, that's when I'm a little bit harder on myself. And but yeah, like, just stupid mistakes, man. You make these stupid mistakes and it's all over. It's all over for you. I know, like, you know, you're supposed to, like, to use the flashbacks and stuff, but no, I don't do that. I have damage off, so like I feel like that's my, you know, that's my flashback. So in order for me to not have flashbacks, I just turn damage off. You know, so I'm like, I think that's a fair compromise. So, but at least until I start getting better, and then I can start turning the damage back on, and you know, I'll get more and more careful as this goes on. I'll start understanding things. I'll probably get probably have a new racing wheel by then, because I know this one isn't particularly ideal. You know, like the throttle control, like there's a lot less throttle control in the pedals than you would think. Lot less throttle control, a lot less feedback in the pedals than you would think. The T150 is a very not cheap, but it is on the lower end of the racing wheels, and, like, you know, they got the plastic pedals. There's no load cell in there. There's a small spring in the brake pedal, but, like, and, you know, there's one in the gas pedal too, but it's not enough to where, like, you know, like if you had either a good pedal set, or, you know, if you're in an actual car, you know, you get that feedback, you know, like you feel that resistance, and I don't really feel that resistance a whole lot. So it's like, it's a lot of work, you know, like I have to, like, just kind of feel it out, you know, in the and kind of see it visually. So when you take that vision away, guess what happens, you know? But anyway, I think for the most part I did all right up to a certain point. Obviously, you know, like I said, when I made that mistake on the curb, that's when, you know, everything went downhill. Like I said, the rain is always going to be a thing. The rain is always going to be a thing. At least I kind of kept up for a little bit before, you know, they started to just pull me. But yeah, it's one of those things, like, just gotta get better. Just gotta get better. Just gotta keep on practicing. That's the whole purpose of the road to getting good, is to just keep at it until we're good. You know, it's a long road. Long road. I'm glad that you guys are on it with me. I always say it at the end of every episode. I am really glad that you guys are on it with me, because this is what happens. This is how you do it, you know, like I said. And I remember saying this back when I did like a big long race in NASCAR Thunder 2003, where I said, like, there's a grind, you know, that's missing in a lot of NASCAR games and stuff now, where it's just like you could just kind of pick it up and play on the highest level of difficulty and still, you know, like, maybe it'll take you like a couple of weeks, but you'll be competent within a couple of weeks, and then you can just go ahead and run. But the grind is kind of missing, man. So, like, this is why I'm so into this, even though, like, I know this doesn't do anywhere near as well as the other videos on the channel. I enjoy this series just because it's a challenge. It's a serious challenge that I'm just willing to actually, you know, put myself out there and show that how bad I am. So, you know, a few years down the line, maybe when I'm actually competent enough to actually run, you know, up there on the really, really high difficulties, you can go back and look and see where I started, to where, you know, I get to, you know, you go back to see where you started, and now you see where I eventually will be. I have a goal in mind. 110 difficulty is the goal, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there. It's a long road. It's a long road, but we are going to get there. And like I said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these races, I do them every weekend following the FIA Formula 2 Championship, which sometimes is a 1 per month, sometimes it's 2 per month. I believe we're back on schedule after this particular race. I'm not sure when the next one is, but it's going to be in September, definitely. So at least I hope so. I hope so. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, subscribe so you don't miss an upload. Comment down below. Hashtag next time. Hashtag next time. But and leave a like on the video, or dislike. I understand. I'll understand if you put a dislike on the video. But like I said, I always appreciate any type of feedback and everything like that. And thanks for being on this road with me, guys. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.